Right now, people living near the newest wildfire in Colorado, the Derby Fire, have to be out of their homes. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Scafidi. They were told early this morning they'd have until noon to get out. The fire is burning about 15 miles north of Datsero in Eagle County. That's right by the Garfield County line. And the evacuations are for Eagle County residents, but also some people in Garfield County. These evacuations were ordered after the fire grew several hundred acres overnight. It's now nearly 850 acres in size with no containment. Dozens of firefighters are working on the ground, and they're using a helicopter to attack by air. Fire officials believe lightning sparked it on Saturday night on an extremely steep cliff face in a remote area. The Lee Fire near Meeker is just 5 acres away from being the 4th largest wildfire in Colorado history. Thankfully, 300 plus firefighters are working on it tirelessly, and they have it 68% contained. It's been burning since August 2nd, and now a new team is taking over its management.
When you look at a fire that, still has some containment to be taken care of, that still has levels of complexity that really need a full team to address them, it makes more sense to bring in a fresh team, reset, and let them take the time they need.
Transitions like this typically happen after a team has already been working on a fire for 2 weeks. The heat continues today, and tomorrow we could hit a record high, but rest assured, some more comfortable temperatures are just around the corner. Let's get more details from Keely Chalmers with our 9 News Weather Impact team. Keely, we're talking about a little cool down.
Yeah, big cool down as we head into the second half of the weekend and next week. It's going to almost feel chilly next week, but 2 more days of very hot temperatures. We've got beautiful blue skies as we take a live look out over Holyoke. A few more clouds certainly in the picture as we take a live look out over Kim. We've got a little bit of blue skies and clouds as we take a live look out over downtown Denver. Temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 80s at this noon hour. We are going to be climbing to about 95 degrees by 2 o'clock, staying in the mid 90s all the way through 5. We're looking at temperatures still in the 90s at 6 o'clock tonight. So again, we're in store for a very hot, not just afternoon, but evening. Tomorrow, even hotter. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Forecast highs mainly upper 80s, 90s across the plains, 70s and 80s in the high country. 101 forecast high for Grand Junction. So the hot, dry weather certainly topping our weather headlines for today and will likely do so tomorrow as well. Again, that's the day where we could get record high temperatures or get close to record high temperatures, I should say. Cold front, though, moves through Friday, changes things up quite a bit. We're looking cool and stormy for this weekend and for next week as well. We'll talk more about that, the big cool down coming up in your full forecast in just a bit.
Keely, thank you so much. Staunton State Park is back open to the public now, but Jefferson County deputies still have not arrested the guy they say stabbed a park ranger yesterday morning. It was closed while a search was done on the ground and in the air. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says the man stabbed the ranger in his torso in a targeted attack. The ranger had surgery and is expected to survive. Officials say that suspect ran away from the scene and still has not been caught, but they don't believe there is a danger to the public. If you know anything, Jeffco Sheriff's Office wants you to call 911. Aurora Animal Services wants to find the person shooting rabbits with a blow dart or a blowgun style weapon. Animal Control released pictures of these rabbits, but a warning, you may find them disturbing. Animal Control officers have taken at least 5 reports of rabbits hit and injured with the darts. Oh, one has died. They've all been hurt in the same area of East Glasgow Place and South White Crow Way in the Southlands. In the most recent incident, it was reported yesterday, but the injuries have been happening since July 15th. Animal cruelty charges are possible. Call Aurora Animal Control if you know anything. Denver's police chief wants to change up the discipline policy for officers, but some Denver City Council members say, hold on. The proposal would let some officers accused of minor misconduct get extra training instead of formal discipline like being taken off of the street. Last month, the police department's watchdog argued it lacks accountability. And yesterday, Chief Ron Thomas told city council members he thinks the new policy will speed up internal investigations, which can last months. He also said education can help change behavior. But the council members aired concerns that it could sidestep real accountability and saw other holes in this proposal.
There is no agreement as to what qualifies as a low-level offense between the DPD investigators and the monitor's office.
Y'all are on different pages. and I don't think this is cooked.
Chief Thomas explained violations would be evaluated on a case-by-case basis, but clarified this policy would not apply to misuse of force, bias, or sexual misconduct complaints. There's no timeline for the policy to be put into place. The company that owns the license plate tracking cameras all over Colorado, Flock, now admits Customs and Border Protection does have access to its system. This comes after Flock denied for months that immigration agents had direct access. However, Colorado law does not allow license plate information to be shared for immigration enforcement. This all sparked when we learned that Loveland Police was sharing access to their cameras with immigration agents. Flock says their program allows CBP to send out invitations to police departments across the country for one-on-one data sharing, and that Loveland Police agreed to do it. Loveland PD says that it has since ended that agreement, but we still don't know if CBP used the access for the system for immigration purposes, which is prohibited by state law. Tomorrow is a big day for Colorado lawmakers and the state's economy. The special session will bring together legislators to find nearly $800 million in cuts to fix the state's budget shortfall. The head of the legislature's Joint Budget Committee, Democratic State Senator Jeff Bridges, says he believes the gap will be closed in 3 moves. 1/3 will come from closing tax loopholes, 1/3 from reserve dollars, and 1/3 from spending cuts. Democrats have the votes to do what they want without a single Republican on board.